The top of the Empire State Building.
New York.
Celebrating Women's History Month. We've been doing this every week of just about can I say it? This is the favorite month of mine. This month.
Okay.
It is because the reason why I say that in all jokes, I see you light up. It's so special, Crystal, that we get to invite so many amazing women in here to share their stories. Mm-hmm. And today, the Barbershop Harlem, I had the honor of speaking to. Let's see, we talked on Zoom a while ago, and now to see you in person here in the Z100 studios. Thank you for being a part of this.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
It's a truly special situation when we get to really tap into the stories of the women in our area who are building these businesses, these restaurants, doing the things that they love to do for their community. Tell us about the Barbershop and why this pet shop and all things even bigger than just the shop are what make the Barbershop the Barbershop.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started the Barbershop 10 years ago from my living room in my project apartment in the South Bronx. I didn't grow up with pets. I didn't know anything about pets. I literally saw this on TV on a reality human hair show called Chicagolicious. Emptied my savings in 90 days. My family thought I was having a nervous breakdown. And we built this brick and mortar location. We have a mobile grooming truck. I recently just launched a grooming school called the New York Institute of Pet Grooming. But it's community, right?
Yes.
So I always say where two legs go, four legs will follow.
Aww.
And yeah, like the pets, right? Like it's taught me a lot about compassion, empathy, but I think just community being the centerpiece of everything because before I had an awning, before I had before we remodeled the store or services, I had the people of the community that believed in me. Mm-hmm. And they just would tell everyone about me. Now we're building and expanding our community with pet groomers. We're looking at, pet care from a wellness perspective, not only for dogs and cats, but for employees. And, the pandemic has taught us so much and just being present and consistent. Yeah. So I'm super excited about, what we're building and my team. Shout out to my team at the Barbershop.
Oh, yeah. We finna get to that for sure.
Melissa, I'm so happy that you're in here because I'm a pet mom myself. Yes. I'm a cat mom. Yeah. And, moving from California here to New York City, that is my family. That is my baby. And every day I go home, I'm so excited to see her. And the fact that you can help bring wellness to these pets that in turn give us wellness as well. What does that mean to you? To see that so many people are so happy when they're taking their pet to you or they're picking them up from you.
Yeah, so it means a lot to me, to create something from the ground up. I always make a joke when Drake says, started from the bottom, now we're here. I literally started from the bottom. Wow. So for people to get excited about what we created and what we built and people wanting to come to us, I still walk up to people on the street hey, where do you get your dog groomed? Hey, do you know, we're called the Barbershop, but we also cater to cats. Yeah. I walk up to people, I jump out of my car all the time, put my hazard lights on, and people are like, oh, we go there. And I'm like, well, I'm the owner. Nice to meet you, right? Talk to me about your service. I get excited and inspired about the kids that we work with because we work with, juvenile people that were previously incarcerated. Wow. I graduated from an alternative high school, city-ass school here in New York. So we work with alternative high schools to help them get their high school credits and get excited about the pet care industry. So it means a lot to me because I always say, my legacy is not what I leave behind, it's what I leave in people. Right? And I want every experience, that you have with me to really move you. Every experience that you have at the Barbershop. I always say in our leadership meetings, if we can just create smiles for someone 10 minutes during the day, our job is done.
Wow, that's powerful.
So
it's one of the things that I loved most about your story and that I would love for everyone that's a part of this interview here to take from it is that courage that it takes to try something. To be willing to fail, but also be ready when you do succeed. You said it, and I remember speaking to you a while ago. No experience with pets at all. Didn't even have any dogs or cats or anything. So you took that leap. What did it mean for you to take that leap and to now look back and to be able to tell yourself, wow, it was scary, but we're doing it?
Yeah, I mean, it's still, it never gets easy, and I want people to know that, right? Because I always used to say, oh, when I get to this point, it would be like this. But I remember when I interviewed in the building that we're in, and I said, I want to be a pillar in the community because people can't aspire to be what they don't see. And even now in pet care, right? I'm headed to Orlando to a conference, and I'm a black CEO in an industry, that has 4% of executive representation. So it's important for me to be at these rooms and be at these tables because I'm opening the door for people that's coming behind me. I'm opening the door for future pet care business owners. I'm opening the door for a single woman that says like grooming has changed your life and helped them
for the kids who you are saying, the juveniles, the kids that you work with directly. That means everything.
And letting them know like we believe in you. The dogs, the cats, like it just brings another layer of happiness, right? And like unconditional love. So for me, that's super important. And just having fun, right? I think for so long, I was trying to chase the next opportunity and knock everything off my list, but like really being present in the moment and saying, wow, it's been 10 years, right? And like,
serious? 10 years?
Look, 10 years.
Damn.
We're having a big block party this August. Like,
okay, we're going to get to making sure we drop the actual factuals about that.
Yeah,
we got to be a part of that.
I got to let the community know, like, we wouldn't be here without you. When people send me pictures like, yo, we just saw your truck. I'm like, yo, that's me. Like, where I live, people are like, oh, is that your truck? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, that's so amazing. Like, even my mom and my family to see, like, I took a risk.
Yes.
And I believed in myself, right? Did I always get it right? No. Did I make mistakes along the way? Yes. Will I continue to make mistakes? Yeah, but I'm going to learn from them, and it's definitely made me a better leader, a better CEO, because it's different being in the day-to-day of the store to now, like, being in control of leadership teams, people asking me for direction, right? Like, we have over 25 employees.
I'd imagine that gives you a whole different level of inspiration, a different challenge, and a different appreciation for you. It's a whole nother level of confidence, I'm sure, that you're gaining.
Yeah, it's another level of confidence, and I had to get comfortable with my confidence and stop shying away from that, right?
Yeah.
So as much as, like, people wanted to push me to the forefront, I was like, nah, I like the back, right? And I was like, no, people need to see. They need to hear the story. They need to know. I grew up in the South Bronx. That's the poorest congressional district in the nation.
Wow.
Right? I live in the projects. Someone asked me the other day, like, what are you afraid of? I'm like, have you ever lived in the projects? And she looked at me and she's like, what? And I'm literally in a meeting. And I'm like, have you ever lived in the projects? And I said, I used to hear rats running through my walls.
Yeah, I'm not
right?
afraid
Like,
of nothing.
it's nothing that, it can't get any worse than that. Only way we can go from here is up. And I'm like, maybe I'm afraid of heights, but I'm gonna get on roller coasters. Like
I'm gonna get on a plane and get to Orlando.
I'm gonna get on a plane, I'm gonna get on a roller coaster, but like, so for me, that's my drive. That's what drives me every single day. I went from, my rent was $227.20.
Damn.
And like, but that helped me, right? That helped me get to where I am because I had all this overhead. And then I was like, I gotta keep going. I can't.
Yes.
I almost had to sleep in my store at one point.
Wow.
But it's just like I gotta keep going, and I want founders to know that, I want entrepreneurs to know that, I want people that are like scared of taking that risk. Like for me, what scares me is not living out my dream, right?
Yes.
Like everything that I think of, not bringing it into fruition. That scares me.
Go ahead. Damn.
Oh my gosh, Melissa.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being so vulnerable with us. I didn't know that part of your story, and seeing from you the terrible upbringing that you've had in the projects to now seeing the Bark Shop on Good Morning America, BuzzFeed, Huffington Post, Fox Business.
Yeah.
I mean, within the 10 years of your business, you've come so far. What do you see coming forward with the Bark Shop and you and the people that are part of your team?
Definitely building a national brand. So we're definitely going to be expanding our service product offerings. The New York Institute of Pet Grooming. I'm excited to train the next generation of pet groomers. I'm excited to get people into an industry that, they didn't know anything about. Because I think a lot of times people are like, oh, I could be a vet. If I can't be a vet, there's nothing else. But like, there's dog walking, there's grooming, there's boarding, there's daycare. And just giving people the opportunity to live out their dreams and their creativity, because I think, a lot of times people have these great talents, but they just need people to believe and push them.
Yeah.
Right? And like one of my employees said, there's the olive and there's the olive oil. Melissa's going to get the olive oil. You know, so we're going to squeeze every time.
Every bit. Yeah.
All the time.
And it's just that opportunity, just looking for the opportunity, as you said, for someone to believe in you. Who was that person who believed in you? Who was that person that opened their heart and knew Melissa is gonna do this?
They take you as olives.
I mean, there were so many people. My grandmother's first and foremost, right? Because confidence starts at home. My family, my mom, my dad. I had an amazing mentor, Quintano Downs, who passed away, but he really, he believed in me. And I think the biggest thing is, don't be afraid to say what you need and show up every single time. Because the more that I showed up, the more doors open for me. And I think that's something that people don't talk about a lot. And it's overnight success is you have to put the effort in.
Gotta put in the work.
If you don't put in the work, it's 10 years. And people are like, yo, you were in Times Square, you did the Ciroc campaign, all these things. I was like, bro, I was out by Starbucks, being that creepy girl in the corner by people's dogs, handing them flyers. I was getting up at 4 a.m, putting flyers on people's cars before going to work, and walking dogs, and running the front desk, and doing social media. So people see all these things now, but I missed brunches with my friends. Yeah. I missed, so many things because I was at that desk for 9 years running the company by myself, I was even, my first year, I was going to school full time. I was leaving work, forwarding the calls to my phone. I had one groom at the time, hey, John, if anybody calls, hold it down. Coming back, it was crazy looking back. I was completely out of my mind. But, as an entrepreneur, that's what we are. We believe before other people believe. And then we just keep going after our dreams, and it's an emotional roller coaster.
It's that spirit, and you're proof positive that I learned this one time. I don't know if you've ever heard this from G-Eazy, and it's whenever I hear someone's story about how they work hard, the musician, the rapper, he says the grit don't quit. Yeah, you got to stay after it, and at the time that it's meant to happen, the things that are meant to happen will happen, and this is what it is right here. So as you get ready to head to Orlando, before we get you out of here, what are some of those things that you're looking forward to learning at this upcoming expo?
I'm looking forward to meeting with amazing women that are in the pet care industry. I'm looking forward to meeting and learning about a lot of new products. Just having fun. I'm a people person, right? Yep. So some people they've never heard of me, but they're gonna know me when I leave. And just connecting with people. I think, just being present, because the industry is changing. I'm excited about what we're building. I'm excited to go to Disney World.
That too, that part. To let off some steam a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about having fun too, because you give up so much. I've given up so much of my life that I'm in every moment I got to start having fun when I'm doing stuff. So that work-life balance.
We're all in the pursuit of finding that out. You know what I mean? And it's good that you're getting to take some of that time.
We
to
love
be
hearing that.
Again.
Yeah. Now, for the Bark Shop, if people have pets and want to get their services done with you in the shop, what do you offer? And then where can they find all that out?
Yeah, so we offer grooming, boarding, daycare, and dog walking.
Bing, 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 bing. all the check marks. Bing,
wow.
Yes.
Yeah, we're a premier pet care company, and we also groom cats, and our products are safe for cats, and they're vegan friendly as well. We are located on the corner of 115th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue in Harlem. Our mobile truck is hitting these streets, in April, so we can pull up to your door, or we can pull up to your community and have fun. But yeah, check us out, the Bark Shop. It's TheBarkshoppe. That's our twist.
Yep.
And a clean pet is a healthy pet, and we want you to remember that.
We're not going to let you get out of here without dropping one last gem. We need to know how to be a part of this block party. When?
Yeah, where are the
where,
details?
How can
What am I wearing?
Yeah, that's right. What's Rappy going to wear? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so we haven't set the date yet. I'm literally going to get the permits, but it's going to be in August. Yeah. I want everybody in the community to come out. I need some vendor sponsorships. I want to do some community things. We want to give away backpacks and stuff for kids getting ready to go to school. We just want to turn up. The last 2 years have been crazy, during this pandemic for business owners and just people in general. So we want to bring great music, great vibes, and most importantly, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for supporting. I'm getting super emotional right now, but thank you, because I wouldn't be where we are. We wouldn't be where we are without our community. And I can't, that's the core of everything that we do. And it's not about you giving us anything. We want the dogs to come out. If you could walk your cat on a leash, bring them. We just want to have,
body train.
We just want to have a good time and bring that joy back to the community. We're trying to do the electric slide in the street. Like,
To the left.
right.
Neuron. I have a fellow nail flexer next to me. If we can get the nail
Show 'em
cam up
off.
in here.
Show 'em off.
Real recognize real. Look at those phalanges. What a queen. Thank you
Dang.
so much, Melissa. Congratulations on all the success. I mean, we see the light radiating in and out of you. So
Thank
it's such
you.
a blessing to have you be a part of Women's International Month and to be spreading love of your woman-owned business. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. I
Travel
truly,
safe.
truly appreciate it.
You are
The Bark
definitely
Shop. Check it out,
welcome
y'all.
anytime. There it is. Round of applause.